Welcome to Creative Genius Labs. I'm your host, Zane Wild. Today, on Creative Genius Labs, imagine a world where your greatest strengths are seen as flaws. Today, we explore how Merce Cunningham transformed his oddness, the very thing that sparked intense hostility, into a revolutionary force that reshaped the world of dance, and how you can find the courage to do the same. They called him the destroyer of dance, a lone figure moving with alien grace beneath harsh stage lights, while discordant music clashed against his movements. The audience's boos echoed through the theater, a visceral rejection of something they couldn't understand. But in that moment of hostility, Merce Cunningham wasn't failing. He was birthing a revolution. You've felt it before. That burning certainty that you're meant to create something different, something that breaks all the rules. The voice inside that whispers, "This isn't enough," when everyone else seems satisfied with the way things are. In 1929, Centralia, Washington, where lumber mills drummed the heartbeat of daily life, young Merce heard different rhythms. While other children played typical games, he was transfixed by the sway of trees in the wind, the syncopated clatter of machinery, the hidden dances in everyday motion. His body translated these patterns into movement before his mind could even process what he was seeing. Simple words that gave permission to be different, to pursue the inexplicable pull he felt toward movement. How many of us wait our whole lives for that permission? Success came early with tap dance, but it felt like a cage. The structured steps, the predictable patterns. Even joining Martha Graham's prestigious dance company in New York, a dream for most dancers, couldn't contain what was growing inside him. You know that feeling, when excellence in the expected path still leaves you hungry for something more. In 1945, he made the choice that would define his artistic life. Walking away from Graham's company meant leaving security, reputation, and clear success for an uncertain vision. But some callings demand complete surrender. What would you sacrifice to follow your truest instincts? In a sparse, dimly lit studio, far from the polished stages of traditional dance, Merce found his co-conspirator. John Cage, an experimental composer, shared his appetite for artistic rebellion. Together, they began to ask dangerous questions. Why should dance follow music? Why should movement tell a story? Why should anything in art be predictable? Their early performances shocked audiences. People threw objects at the stage, shouted in anger, walked out in protest. Imagine standing before that wall of rejection, knowing you could stop, return to the familiar, be welcomed back into the fold. Instead, Merce let their hostility fuel his conviction. Each jeer confirmed he was pushing boundaries that needed to be pushed. If you're enjoying Creative Genius Labs, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. Unlock hacks that make Vinci, Banksy, and Lady Gaga creative giants. Now, back to the episode. In 1944, Root of an Unfocus emerged as his first complete break from tradition. Dance and music existed independently, like parallel universes occupying the same space. But Merce wasn't finished revolutionizing his art. He introduced chance operations, using dice rolls and coin flips to determine sequences of movement. This wasn't random chaos. It was liberation from the limitations of his own mind. When was the last time you deliberately introduced chaos into your creative process? Sometimes our greatest enemy is our own pattern of thinking. Merce understood that breaking free required more than just talent. It required surrendering control. His intensity drew people in and pushed them away simultaneously. Students approached his classes with trembling minds rather than trembling bodies, knowing he demanded not just physical precision, but complete intellectual engagement. This is the price of revolutionary vision. The same fire that lights the way forward can scorch those around you. Over his 70-year career, Merce created 190 repertory dances and more than 700 events. He pioneered the use of computer choreography tools and collaborated with artists like Andy Warhol and Jasper Johns. But numbers and names can't capture the seismic shift he created in modern dance. His most powerful legacy wasn't in the dances he created, but in the permission he gave others to question everything. To trust their instincts, especially when those instincts led them away from acceptance and into uncharted territory. That opening scene in the theater, now you understand. Those boos weren't mocking failure. They were the sound of boundaries breaking, of comfortable certainties being challenged. They were the price of being truly original. Here's your challenge. What boundaries are you afraid to push? What rules do you follow simply because they exist? Merce Cunningham's life teaches us that genius often looks like madness at first glance. That your oddness, the very things that make others uncomfortable, might be your greatest gift to the world. Don't wait for permission to be different. Don't wait for understanding or acceptance. In those moments when you feel most alive, most true to your unique vision, you're not just creating art, you're creating possibility. And like Merce, you might just open doors that others didn't even know existed. Remember, the world rarely welcomes its revolutionaries, but it always, eventually, needs them. On the next episode of Creative Genius Labs, the courage to be odd, to be oneself, that's what we celebrate with Merce Cunningham. But what happens when that individuality clashes not just with tradition, but with the deepest vulnerabilities of the human heart? Imagine a choreographer who demands raw emotional honesty from their dancers, pushing them to the very edge of discomfort. What sacrifices are made in the name of art, and what is left behind? This week, we continue exploring dance innovators with a story of a woman who redefined movement, a woman whose name became synonymous with groundbreaking, emotionally charged performances. Prepare to witness the captivating and controversial world of Pina Bausch. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. 7 days, 7 creative legends. Unlock your inner creative genius using the secret tactics of history's most revolutionary artists. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/CGL. Thanks for watching.